Are you live? Come on, tell me we're live. Yeah, alright, we're live. Hey everybody, it's Ollie here. Back again with another live stream. And pretty much, oh, hey Malin. I didn't expect you to appear so fast. Pretty much, oh yeah, I forgot, you're not trick-or-treating tonight, I forgot. How you been? Oh, you been good? Well, mostly I'm gonna invite someone over into the stream. Just give me a minute. Nope. 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 It's gonna be here. No. Nope, it's not here. Oh, never mind then. Pretty much maybe I need to go on one of my videos and pretty much have to do it there. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, go ahead.
I've got a record player that was made in 2014. Dyed my hair blue. It came out a C6 sort of green.
Alright. Alright, I want you to watch this one. It's about like a TV show, like SpongeBob.
Everyone knows exactly how the SpongeBob theme song goes, but
Exactly
every
the
so
theme
often,
song.
there's something different. Remember that one time where it was all in stop motion to celebrate Truth or Square and 10 years of the iconic Sponge? That was pretty rad. There's also that incredible Christmas special that had an updated theme for the occasion. This doesn't happen a whole lot, but every time it does feels special and worth talking about. Surprisingly, even though there's been several Halloween episodes over the years, we haven't actually gotten a spooky theme song until today. Because the song is relatively short, there's a ton of blink and you miss it moments scattered throughout, and I think we should stop to appreciate the amount of effort that went into it. For example, during this newly updated shot of SpongeBob's pineapple, it's a pumpkin, but not just any pumpkin. Do you guys recognize it? Looks like the same general design of the one pumpkin on the Halloween DVD from 2002. Now that's what I call obscure. There's even the exact same number of curves here, so it's a nice callback. The hand giving SpongeBob his clothes is now Frankenstein's monster. Whoa! Pulling along the name cards of our main hero are 4 spooky characters. Plankton's ghost as seen in the recent episode, the hash-slinging slasher, Old Man Jenkins, because why not? I don't know which episode he's from. Can we just take a second to realize that someone actually took the time to draw and color this? That's all I'm gonna say because it's actually really hard to look at. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Then we have these few shots where SpongeBob is slowly gaining Squidward's parts to become Squidward, which may or may not be a reference to the episode SquidBob Tentacle Pants. Either way, it's nightmare fuel because I remember that part. I don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight. Aw yeah, it's the floating shopping list ghost. Oh my gosh! A floating shopping list! This This new Halloween version of the theme song was created by Tim Prendergast, a motion graphics animator and storyboard artist working at Nickelodeon. If you ask me, he did an amazing job. This sort of thing was only made for social media promotion, but I think with a few edits and smoothing things out, it could actually work next year for an episode when October rolls around again. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best. What?
Alright. That's all I wanted to show you, though. Because mostly... No, it's just... I just want to show it. Because... just mostly... why not? Because... just mostly... Anyways, it's mostly, I'm just waiting for one of my friends I met on YouTube itself to join in, so I can... So, yeah. Pretty much I don't know what to do in the stream now.
I guess since we're doing a repeat of a mission, essentially, my battery is low already. I seriously recharged this just before I started recording, and it was a...
Oh, pretty much it's like a animation thing. Like, you can do like a, animations on. Pretty much, it's like mostly similar to something else, I guess. Well, I'm not gonna do an animation. I was showing you the, what it looks like. I'm not gonna do an animation live, though, since I don't think you would see it, so I'm not gonna do an animation live. Because mostly that thing is sideways, and... pretty much it would be hard to see, though. I actually tried doing it at one point when the YouTube friend I commented to earlier was joining, was like last night or something. So, yeah. Meanwhile, while we wait for her, we can watch this.
My battery is low already. I seriously recharged this just before I started recording, and it was up to like 75%. Jeez. I really need to get newer terminals, like, so badly. But anyway, whenever, like, I'm working and, like, I just need, like, you know, an addicting song on repeat. And shut up, battery life. I don't need to hear it, okay? I don't need to hear it. I know that my rechargeable batteries suck. I know that I need to get them replaced because I've been using the same rechargeable since I bought my Wii on launch date back in 2006. So, just shut up. Let me do my thing. And I'll let you do your thing, which is done. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you're being serious. I think I might need some more evidence. What? Okay, I'm sorry, but I charged my batteries for half an hour before this recording. I'm looking at my recording window right now. I am 8 minutes after I hit the record button and turned on the game, okay? I am sorry, but that is just crap if my battery life is that bad, okay? Anyway, I meant to show this before. You can't be serious. haven't seen my battery gauge so full in 2 years. We want to get this right here, and then... Oh, come on, my battery...
Well,
wow, my
hang on,
battery goes off, and then all of a sudden I lose
hold
my
on,
meat suit.
I did
Well, actually, we
say
don't
it all.
even
Give me
need
a
the meat
minute.
suit for this. I don't know why.
Do you have any online apps on your phone allow others like me to play with you? I have no idea. I don't know if there's any on my phone though, so I might check real quick. Hold on. Play with friends game. There's Uno. There's What's with Friends. There's Raft. Pretty much, I have no idea. So pretty much, Uno is one of them, but mostly for those you need like a 4-man team, and pretty much from you need like a 4-man team or something. So yeah, pretty much I don't. Pretty much it's kind of odd. So we need like someone else, like Lucas, and either the person you met a couple streams ago, and also you. So yeah. Other has, but we trying to find one that's fun. Well, true, but Uno is like one of the ones that I can first think of anyway. Yeah, just Uno just comes through the mind anyway. But I don't know if Roblox will work because mostly I haven't used my Roblox account in like probably like a couple months. And second, sometimes it burns up my phone pretty quick. So yeah, and I don't know if the person you met a couple streams ago has a Roblox account. So I don't know yet. So I might ask her, but pretty much if she ever joins the stream anyway. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pause the stream for a little bit or something. Alright, we're back. Pretty much I had to do something real quick, but pretty much you have any online like apps on your phone besides allows others like me to play if any others, but pretty much if any others want to join, I just posted a video about it, so yeah, until they join, pretty much we're gonna have to wait. Alright. So for now, we're gonna have to do something while we're gonna have to do something
Yes, since we're doing a repeat of it, okay? I don't need to hear it. I know. Now, I am 8 minutes after I hit the record button in years. Really? I haven't seen my battery gauge so full in 2 years. We want to get this right here, and then... Oh, come on, my battery... Wow, my battery goes off, and then all of a sudden I lose my B-suit. Well, actually, we don't even need the B-suit for this. I don't know why I got it. I don't know, like, I remember that I really, really hated this level, but this mission isn't bad either. Shut up, battery, you want a raise? Oh, what? I blame my battery life. So, only real difference is that his first time fighting him, he takes 2 hits instead of 1. Battery, this is not the time. No, 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 no. I do not want to get distracted by my battery meter. No, that is not good. The battery will not be the death of me today. We cannot touch water. Simple as that. You also have the option of changing your batteries. No, you have the option of changing your choice throughout the level. This is the gates. Is there anything behind this? This planet gets reused in Super Mario Galaxy 2 in a very special area, if you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, going through here and completely ignoring our battery meter. Starting on those levels that are in there, and maybe getting some more purple coin missions done, okay? See you guys when my batteries are replaced. Starting off here, a couple things. I believe there's a 1-up on top of this, which I just saw like 2 seconds ago. And actually, oh wow, I lied in the last video. I said that I'd see you when my batteries are replaced. Apparently, I'm not seeing you when my batteries are replaced because I forgot within like the 12 seconds that between these 2 videos. Oh well. That is why I'm not spinning underwater a lot, because I get a lot of people saying like, you know, you can go faster if you spin underwater. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing it. A lot. Like, I think this is a good 50 easily. And yeah, I'm still too lazy to change my battery. Yep. I don't know. I just don't feel like it. Okay. I don't know. Either that or I'm just a cheapo and I like to get as much life out of my batteries as I possibly can before they die, which is why you frequently see that though, because I'm a huge Animal Crossing addict, so. Yep. I am wasting an hour a day. We are off to fight our arch nemesis, the battery meter. No, 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 no. We're gonna go fighting. Now that'd be a more fitting ending, but unfortunately, no. Every Mario game dictates, or Luigi game, we're gonna be fighting Bowser, of course. Go around. Shit, my controller's dead. No, my batteries! Crap. Go around. Shit, my controller's dead. No, my batteries! Crap, 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 crap. No, 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 my controller batteries died! What the hell? No! I live! What the hell?
Who's with me? What could possibly go wrong?
Have you ever ordered food and been disappointed because it wasn't exactly what you expected? Well, trust me, it could have been worse. If If you like to eat out at restaurants or fast food joints, you may have experienced a situation or two where what you ordered wasn't exactly what was delivered. Oh man, that sucks, huh? But at least you didn't almost eat bullets, a razor blade, or a mouse. Today I've gathered the absolute craziest cases of people who have reported finding little bonuses in their order, and if you forgot the value of a home-cooked meal, you'll remember after this. So let's get right into it. Here are 10 disgusting things found in fast food. Number 1 is a tongue-eating parasite in tuna. Oh, look at that cute little guy. It looks like a baby Pokemon. It's a flesh-eating parasite? Oh. In mid-January of 2015, 28-year-old Zoe Louise Butler of Nottingham, England, purchased a can of Princess brand tuna chunks at her local grocery store. Upon prying open the lid, she noticed a pair of little black eyes looking back at her. Snapping a photo of it, she shared it on Twitter, asking for opinions as to what the tiny little creature might be. After much speculation over Eric, which was the name she gave the translucent little creature, and using the hashtag Tunagate, the Natural History Museum suggested that it's probably the head of a Cymotha exigua, also known as a tongue-eating louse. In case you didn't know, the tongue-eating louse is a parasite that lives and feeds on the tongues of certain fish by entering through their gills. After a long Twitter war of speculation ranging from a tadpole to a turtle, Eric's species was identified through a series of lab tests on February 6, 2015.
Dog, I just farted.
Good boy. Mario.
Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another Lost Bits video right here on Tetrabit Gaming, the series where we explore some noteworthy scrapped, unused, and unseen content in video games. In this video, we're going to take it way back to the game that just about every NES owner had, the game people go as far as saying saved the video game industry in '85, and the game pretty much every gamer has to play at least once in their lives, Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System. And as always, really quickly before we begin, if at any point you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to slap a like down below. It seriously helps me out a lot. And also, comment what other Lost Bits videos you'd like to see next. And with all that said, let's jump right back to saving Princess Peach for the first time and find some lost bits. Before we jump into the unused, I thought it would be cool to talk about the entire scrapped concept that was initially planned for Super Mario Bros. Alright, so what do you say we kick off this video with some unused weapons and charms? There are a total of 5 weapons and 2 charms that ultimately go unused in the final release of the game. First is Arc. As the name implies, a projectile is fired in an arc and will then stick to the ground. Soon after hitting the ground, the projectile will grow and will then explode if an enemy touches it. The weapon also has 3 used and unseen content in video with likes, so here we are. Now, whether you love or hate Undertale, there is no denying its success and impact on the gaming community. And until recently, I never even played the game, so forgive me if I don't understand some deeper lore or references in this video. And with all of that out of the way, there is a lot to cover in this video, so go grab Sans Undertale, it's time to find some lost bits. So, to start things off, let's have a look at the game's unused audio, which surprisingly there is a decent amount of. In the interest of time, I'll only be playing short clips of each unused track that I think was interesting. First up is King Description. This track is just a more orchestral and fuller sounding version of the game over theme. With the word king in the file name, it is believed this track would have been used in some Asgore related scene. Then we have F Part 3, which is an unused variation of Flowey's boss music. Good old mini play. Next up is Piano, a track that was used in the Undertale demo after killing Toriel, but it goes unused in the full release. Yet another unused piano song, Ruins Piano, is next, and just like the name suggests, it is a slow piano version of the song that is heard in the Ruins. Next is a track simply known as Star. Star is a fitting name as apparently the song uses instrument samples that were used in the original Star Fox game. According to Toby Fox, this haunting melody was intended to be used in the fight against magic when his magic orbs turn into hearts. Undertale's start menu music changes as you befriend more characters in the game. However, only 6 of the 7 total songs are actually used. Here is menu 5, which is normally unheard. There are also a few sounds that go unused in Undertale, so let's bang through them quickly. We have a grunting voice for apparently a swipe, presumably for Mettaton. And then there's 3 unused Flowey lines of him saying triple, Jafe, and ah. Now on to Undertale's unused text strings. First up, we have several error messages. These include error, error, see you later, arousing error, wowie, nice error, flagrant error, error, pepibs, I'm a goofy goober, yeah, this error message.
I'm a goofy
If you are
goober,
reading this,
yeah.
I messed up somehow. This is an error message, really? And then my favorite, an entire error handler monologue meant for Sans. He would have said, I'll be honest, I have no idea what happened for you to get here. This is actually some sort of error handling message. So if you're getting this ending, tell whoever made the game, okay? They'll fix it, or if it's a novel situation, they might even add another ending to the game. Chances are, though, you're just a dirty hacker, aren't you? Yeah, get out of here. Next is some unused monster history text labeled as Part 6. It basically outlines that the monsters don't get ill, but they describe those that are old or close to death as falling down. Next is an unused section in the script for Mettaton's quiz. It is found right after Mettaton mentions that Alphys names programming variables after her crush. So of course, those curious enough to go check the files to see who Alfie's crush is were met with the following message. Lol, if you came to this part of the code to see who I have a crush on, you're out of luck. There's also an unused script from Metaton requesting for you to be his mortal enemy. After rejecting his request, he will send you an invitation to, let's see here, die. To which you could have responded, or just ignored. Next is a text string which just reads, Beepus Valley Granola Bars. Likely a spoof of Nature Valley Granola Bars, but with more Beepus. Then there are these two text strings found among the dialogue for the Photoshop Flowey fight. Alrighty then. Test Monster is an early version of Frogget used for, you guessed it, testing. They share many of the same lines, but these are the lines that are unused normally by Frogget. And in this line, we can see Toby Fox's frustration. And the last notable unused text string is Alfie's 17th lab entry, which is normally skipped in the true lab. It basically just explains that with too much determination, the bodies of the monsters begin to break down. So it looks like Undertale also has some items that were scrapped from the game. A croquet roll, which would have healed 15 HP, pumpkin rings that would heal 8, stoic onions that would heal 5, a ghost fruit which would heal 16, and puppy dough ice cream which would heal 28 HP. There's also rock candy which would heal 1 HP and would even come with its own recipe for how to make it at home. But I think the recipe is a bit too complicated. Next up is a battle sequence that is unused. This battle would have been with RG3 and RG4, two royal guards that are mentioned in the game during a phone conversation with Undyne. They would have been seen as two friends that got into a fight, and trying to get them to put their differences aside would have been the way to pacify and spare them. After winning the battle, the sprites revert to a placeholder sprite that is just Aaron's defeated sprite, for some reason. Now, before we move on to Undertale's unused graphics, there have been several messages hidden in Undertale by Toby Fox in an attempt to deter hackers and data miners from spoiling the game and its secrets. These messages are found as audio files, text strings, and graphics, but I felt like they deserve their own little section in this video. Let's start off with the text that is found in Script Attention Hackers number 2. Toby goes to say, part of this game's charm is the mystery of how many options or secrets there are. If you are reading this, please don't post this message or this information anywhere, or doing secrets will become pointless. By the way, most of the seemingly unused text files are used. If you can find the in-game context for an asset, you can show it off, but if you can't, it probably means you haven't looked hard enough. Anything truly unused, I'll probably post myself later. Living in a world like this, where people can simply cheat out the answers from the code, your impatience has really damaged you, hasn't it? This message was changed in the version 1.001 update to a much shorter and more cryptic message. Next, let's have a listen to the Don't Spoil the Game audio track titled ABC 123A.
Hello, have some respect and don't spoil the game. It's impossible to have mysteries nowadays.
Because of nosy people like you.
Please keep all of this between us. If you post it online, I won't make any more secrets. No one will be impressed. It will be your fault.
Now that's creepy. Definitely wouldn't be listening to that alone in the dark. This was also changed in the update, just more of the creepy laughter. And lastly, we have a graphic of Toby Fox asking for players to not upload the large sprite sheets online for at least a year, as he believes they may spoil the game for many people. Unfortunately, I doubt many people listened to his plea. This image was again also changed in the update to an even more bizarre image that read, "You know what I hate? That's Beepus. The taste, the smell, the texture. Hey, you're drooling." Something tells me Toby really likes the word Beepus. Alright, and now onto the game's unused graphics, and there are a lot of them. Just like we saw in Deltarune, this game also has quite a few crude placeholder graphics. Like this crudely drawn dude, Test Monster 1, Test Monster 2, and a tall red boy just known as the Lava Test Creature. But let's call him Lava Test Larry. There's also Tile Guy, an old version of the spears that pop up from the ground that look pretty, suggestive. Some early versions of Undyne's attacks, some crude placeholder hearts, arrow signs that were apparently related to papyrus in some way, old prototype letters meant for Mettaton's quiz, a graphic of the word touch, a placeholder graphic for Mettaton's cooking show's jetpack section, text saying don't move, the debug tile sprites we also saw in Deltarune, a crudely drawn stable, and a crude rusted fridge. And while on the topic of crudely drawn things, there is also normally unseen concept art of some areas in the lab, as well as Undyne's house. Again, like we saw in Deltarune, Undertale also followed the plan of these concepts pretty well. And nope, the crude placeholders don't end there. There's also some placeholder graphics for a spell command, which was never used. The Photoshop Flowey fight is perhaps one of the most disturbing and creepy boss fights I have ever seen, and the original concept art for it isn't any better. In fact, it's even more creepy. Like, how could someone bring themselves to create something like this? Along with this is a crude flame that is presumably an early version of Flowey's flames, as well as unused graphics of Flowey's finger gun seen with the arm attached to the hand, instead of the hand being attached to vines as seen in the game. Next is another test monster that looks like a guard dog. This monster goes by the name Doge. There's also this little guy, an unused robot NPC that would have apparently been seen in Hotland. We also got an overworld sprite of some ballet shoes, which you can get in the game, but since they are hidden behind some grass, they are never actually seen. A table